So, like, just to probe further on this, I'm looking for some juicy details as well for the audience. So, were there any specific challenges you faced, or let's say someone might have tried demotivating you, or just like, killing your self esteem in one way or another? Let's say when you were experimenting with these challenges, right? And how were you able to deal with those specifically critics or naysayers, right? Any experiences from your childhood specifically, or let's say from your school life?
Yeah. So first was when I was reading the book, as I told you, in
Yeah,
class
yeah, yeah,
8.
yeah, yeah.
Again, going to class 11th,
Hmm.
12th, when I was chosen as one of the, nominations for head
Hmm.
girls.
Hmm.
So there were so many people who stood for, head boy and head girl, and I was
Hmm.
also one of them.
Hmm.
But there was a point where only I and one more girl was, standing in front of the principal,
हाँ जी.
and
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
principal had to choose between one.
Hmm.
And I really wanted to be the head girl
Hmm.
of the
Hmm.
school. And that is when my teacher, one of the senior teacher of my department, came and said, we are not letting Sneha becoming the head girl because this is how she's going to impact on her studies.
Hmm.
And I said, what to do now? I really want to do it because, it's a
Hmm.
position, respect, and a kind of a
Hmm.
leadership.
Hmm.
But they did not let me do that. I did not
Hmm.
become the head girl. And I think they gave me the position of discipline coordinator.
Hmm.
But that is where I felt a little demotivated that, hey, I should have. And I miss this,
Hmm.
whenever
Hmm.
I used to see my friend going for a speech or doing
Hmm.
everything that a head girl should be doing. So I used to feel that I was very happy for her for sure, but I used to feel that this was one time opportunity in life and I missed it. But yeah.
Hmm. Usually
But
ऐसा
I
होता है ना
did
जब
not become the head girl.
यूजुअली आई थिंक ऐसा होता है लाइफ में जब आप आगे आते हो और पीछे मुड़ के देखते हो राइट एंड व्हेन यू सी दैट यू हैव ग्रोन सो मच बिकॉज ऑफ दीज एक्सपीरियंसेस those specific pain points don't mean a lot, right? We feel like we can create so many opportunities
Absolutely.
for us. That's true. So like uh,
Absolutely.
I was also very fascinated by your journey. Let's say, like when let's say you moved to DU specifically, right? Because what I found, like when I was studying in PU, that like the DU people are more proactive, right? You get this sense of inferiority if you're even not in that space. Like just when you like complete your plus two, right? So how were you able to just get into that vibe, get into that cool zone, technically speaking, right? Of that daily people specifically, like what challenges did you face? And I think you started experimenting a lot, right, with internships आपके college tenure पे. तो like how was that experience for you? Like what motivated you to let's say just try that, like try so many things in college per se? Of course it was your personality as well, but like how did you set the ground for it?
Okay, so coming from Jharkhand, right, and I live in a small town. So Ranchi, it is away from
हाँ जी.
Ranchi. It's the name
Hmm.
of the village is
Hmm.
Ratu,
Hmm.
and I did not see the world, right. So when I went up there, and I could see that girls are exposed to everything, right.
Hmm.
And back in my place, I did not see anybody
Hmm.
doing things what girls were doing there, right? They
Hmm.
had freedom to go out late at night.
Hmm.
They were doing like literally everything what boys were supposed to do or
Hmm.
what boys were doing. So first time when I had this culture shock that hey, this is something girls can do, really, so even when I was there, I took up history, and I was very much into the subject, but I did not know what I am end up becoming, right.
Hmm.
Where is the direction of my
Hmm.
career? I was not sure about it. And also the adaptation, the culture and the atmosphere where I was in, I think
Hmm.
it took
Hmm.
me a lot of time to adapt myself there, because as I told you,
Hmm.
everybody was talking about Western
Hmm.
culture,
Hmm.
music,
Hmm.
novels, and I had no idea about it. So what I started doing is then I knew about internships. So I started exposed myself to internship in marketing, sales, HR, social service, and n number of
Hmm.
internships, even positions inside the college, like you want to become a part of any clubs, societies, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
even if I was not performing so well, but at least I get to know what I am not good at something, right?
Hmm.
So even if
Hmm.
I did not know what I'm good at least I was started checking the boxes. Hey, I'm not
Hmm.
good at this. Hey, I'm not good
Hmm.
at this. This
Hmm.
is not my field. This is not my field. So I
Hmm.
started knowing from my first year, this is not I am good at, and this is not something of my interest. Stop,
Hmm.
let's move to
Hmm.
next. So that is how internships helped me to understand what I am really passionate about, to find my own passion. And it is very important for everyone to experiment,
Hmm.
because it might be possible that I am a very good swimmer, right? I might be
Yeah.
a very
Yeah.
good swimmer, or a person who does really good yoga. But what
Hmm.
if I have never tried swimming, right?
Hmm.
How
Hmm.
can I consider myself that I can be a good swimmer? So I think
Hmm.
it's very, very, very important to actually experiment,
Hmm.
try on
Hmm.
different areas, and then you
Hmm.
find your interest, what you are really good at. And that is how, when I was at college, in my first year I got to be a part of the core team member of voluntary agency placement program. This
Hmm.
is a wing that helps the college students to get placed in social sector, and also conduct talks, interviews, and
Hmm.
conferences, workshops, campaigns inside the campus and social sector.
Hmm.
So I started involving myself in that. And the second year and the third year, I was the coordinator of that
Hmm.
particular society. So, and that also gave me this award, that is SM Luthra Award for the
Hmm.
meritorious
Yeah.
contribution. So
Hmm.
I think those are really, I would say, a push that made me, that college gave me to understand that, hey, Sneha, you can do it. Even if you
Hmm.
think that you are inferior or you don't know anything, but look, you are
Hmm.
managing the group of 75 students,
Hmm.
120 students under
Hmm.
you. And
Hmm.
there was this one moment when I managed the entire food fest of
Hmm.
our annual fest that I'm.
Hmm.
And this is where we went to I managed like a group of 100 volunteers, and we were looking for sponsorship and managed the whole food festival. You know
Hmm.
uh, I led that the whole food
Yeah.
festival
Hmm.
show, I would say.
Hmm.
And that really gave me confidence that I can do it, and it is never late to learn, right?
Hmm.
So when I was meeting a lot of people, I was learning from them. So when you're coming from a small town, we are not exposed to hug each
Hmm.
other, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
hugging is also a culture of Western
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
world. And I remember that first time when a friend came to me, although it was a women college, and when friend came to
Hmm.
hug me, I felt a little uncomfortable. Okay, and then I thought, how to get rid of this, because this is normal. It's just I am not accepting it, right? And I
Hmm.
cannot just do namaste everywhere, right?
Hmm.
So I started looking at my friends, that how is she doing it, even if
Hmm.
to start a conversation, how to initiate the conversation, what
Hmm.
to say. So I used to see that how my friend is starting the conversation. Is she saying hello, or is she saying, how is she reacting to it?
Hmm.
How is she sitting? How is she using her hands gesture while talking? What kind of words is she using? So I
Hmm.
think I really learned a lot from my own roommates, my friends from college, and my colleagues with whom I was working back in college. So I think that were really great support. Of course, teachers of LSR has really transformed me who I am with their teachings and services that they have provided. But it's the atmosphere that make you feel so comfortable, that to accept
Hmm.
you with who you
Hmm.
are. For
Hmm.
example, I am from Jharkhand, and we say hum kar rahe hai. We don't say
Hmm.
main kar rahi hu.
हाँ
So
जी. Hmm.
when went to Delhi and I saw that my friends are saying मैं कर रही हूँ, which is okay. And I was saying हम कर रहे हैं, हम जा रहे हैं, हम खा रहे हैं. So I saw my friends also started adapting it. Okay, so one day my best friend college, she said that okay Sneha हम चलते हैं, and I said hey why are you saying हम? And she said because it's so cool. So I really thought that hey they are adopting my culture, my way of speaking, right? And they are considering this as cool. So it is also very important to not to lose their own culture, and it's not always adapting where you are and leaving your own roots and your own culture. It's okay, people will accept you. It's okay not to hug if you're not comfortable, and it's also okay to learn that if something new comes up and you would like to learn. So I think those are the few things that really helped me a lot to
Great.
learn.
I think it's a very insightful thing which you have talked about. Like यहाँ पे ना एक दो चीजें बड़ी interesting ये भी point out करके आती है. So when I was just hearing this, एक चीज जो एकदम click हुई दिमाग में is basically that concept of झुंड, the group thinking, right? Because from our ancient days we are so accustomed to be in the group, हमें कुछ अलग करने में बहुत ज़्यादा डर लगता है, right? And at the end, those different things are what makes us unique. So I remember some quotes, I think it was by Robin Sharma or someone, that first they laugh at you, then they criticize you, then they admire you. Once you go out of the way, right? And I think the more you escape competition through your own authenticity, that is how you make your true self shine, which I think you did with all these experiences, right? Just finding that perfect balance between their way and also not losing yourself in the way. Because usually क्या होता है कि just to please others we become what we are not proud of. हम अपनी पूरी identity छोड़ देते हैं. So I think that is very important, that we kind of get on a very optimal balance, right? Just being true to ourselves and just adapting as well at the same time, but in a perfect balance, I might say, if there is something as perfect.